Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday. Welcome to another Drop Frames here. Zeke, are you feeling it?
Yeah, yeah, feeling good, feeling fine, feeling real nice.
Are
Feeling
Saturdays
light.
you're like, is this how
Light was
crazy
hurting
you
my
get
eyes.
on Indie Sunday? Like, what's happening here?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know why people even watch any Sunday. I drag ass the whole time. I'm a grumpy ass son of a bitch.
Saturdays, they're your crazy day. Turns out.
Yes, they're my day to go out and get naked on the overpass and wave my junk at traffic.
Sounds like Colorado. You know,
It's very much
sounds
Colorado,
like
and it's
Colorado.
really cold.
Yeah. But do you know the show Yellowstone? By the way, have you heard of Yellowstone, the show?
Yeah, I saw it on
Man,
Netflix, and I went,
you
I
got to
don't
go
really
back
want
to
to watch a
Montana.
show
I want to
about
go to
my
Montana
place.
now because of that goddamn show. Do you just have Kevin Costner running around shooting people in Montana?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Sounds great.
No, Kevin Costner is actually he has a certain like what is it? An allowance of people that he gets to shoot every year.
I think all celebrities do. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
made a
It's
special
like a
law for
hunting
him.
license, but for people.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. He got in early, you know, in the
There's
in
like
the
a
90s.
guy where every time they put a little punch on his card, and
Yep.
he murders a guy, and they're like, "Good, Costner, let me see your card." Oh, okay, 5 and 10, cool. Carry on.
It's
Yep.
funny because that's how the actual show really is.
Awesome.
It's a little absurd. Some of the shots though that they get, like the cinematography on that show is Montana apparently is just gorgeous. And I don't know why you never said that. You always told me it was the worst, and it took
No.
hours to get
No.
anywhere. But during the show, I'm just like,
Yeah.
God damn, that's gorgeous. What the hell?
Yeah, no, there's a reason why they call it the Big Sky State. No, it's honestly like the only place that I've ever visited or been to that has better scenery is Alaska. Like
Oh,
Alaska is
That's just
like,
cheating.
majestic
Yeah.
as fuck, but
Yeah.
Montana, like it's great. Like driving in through Montana is fine because unless you're doing like the eastern part of the state that's like going towards North Dakota, which is just flat and awful.
Gotcha.
But like the western 3/4 of the state is a really fun drive. Lots of lakes and mountains and rivers and scenery, and it's great. It just takes forever to get anywhere. And if you're raised around it, it's like if you get filet mignon every night for dinner
Sure.
growing up,
Yeah.
it's like it's not going to be special anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Now, does anyone actually live in North Dakota, or is that just a state where like nothing happens there?
No one actually lives there. It's funny enough. Little not in fact, it's actually uninhabitable.
That's what I thought. I mean, it has
I
to be
heard there's
'cause you never.
I heard there's
no-
no air there.
Yeah, no one ever says like, "Oh, I'm from North Dakota." That's not a
Not
thing I've
willingly.
ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, it's there's like one interstate, one main interstate, and it barely curves. Like it's a straight drive. It's kind of like driving through Kansas. It's a
Huh.
straight drive through boring flat plains. No mountains, no nothing. It is awful. I've driven to Minnesota a few times from Montana, and it is fucking terrible.
Huh.
And I will say there is nobody living there. They are actually cardboard cutouts. If you drive through the town, there's a guy like
Oh.
pumping gas, but you look back, it's the cardboard. It looks like he's doing stuff, but he's not really doing stuff.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll have more next week on Drop Frame states you've never actually heard of.
Next
Like
week,
Western
South
Kansas.
Dakota.
Western Kansas. That's true. That's very true. That'll be next week's state. Co is jumping the gun. But a great
Ohio,
t-shirt.
Missouri.
Yep. That's 3 weeks from now. We're gonna skip a week. It takes 2 weeks to talk about West Kansas. It's tough.
West of New Florida, by the way.
No one ever goes there at all. Anyways,
Wait a minute. West Kansas isn't a state, is it right?
No, West Kansas is west of New Florida.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, New Florida, I'm pretty sure is a myth. West
I'm
Kansas,
pretty
like
sure.
I know there's
Yeah.
West Virginia.
No, there's only old Florida. There's nothing new about it. It's only old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an East Virginia? There's not an East Virginia, right? Since there's
If
a
you
West.
believe hard enough, there might be.
I'm pretty sure that East Virginia is south of North Maine.
Yeah. That's how that song goes, that old famous John Denver song.
In my mind, I'm going to North Maine, California.
Yep. Accurate. It feels weird doing a drop frames on Sunday, y'all. This is what happens. This is what happens. I woke up this morning and it was like, wait a minute, I gotta be in like show mode today. I don't even know what that means, but I was like, I have to be in show mode. This is strange. It's a strange thing.
No,
I
woke up late today, very, very late.
Yeah.
And remembered like groggily, like, oh shit. Oh, I actually have to be there on time because I have other people relying on me. So I got up and I was just like, what the fuck? Get some socks or something. Come on.
Socks is the first thing you look for. Is that your safety piece of clothing? You're like, if I don't have those socks, I feel naked. I got to get my socks.
Yeah, sort of.
I would
say,
look,
I would say,
it. I understand.
It's the one thing that I change every day. Are my socks.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, last time we talked, part of your morning routine is that thing where you slide in on socks doing a rock song, your living room, right? And that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, that's you need to have good socks for that. Dirty socks, you just trip over yourself. It's a mess.
And I saw your face, JP.
I was going to leave it alone.
It's because I go commando.
Oh, okay. As you do. As you do. Yeah.
Oh, so the sliding socks across the kitchen floor is a lot more entertaining for someone who goes commando. It's
true.
It's
a lot more at risk.
It's a fright.
Yeah.
To the wife and the dogs, of course.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And any guest.
Yeah. It's true.
Our house guests that we have.
That's true. The spiders, they revolt. They put, the front two. Spiders have paws, tendrils. What is feet?
Spikes.
Okay. I agree with that. That's the actual term. Yeah.
They have spider cleats.
Cleats. Okay. Cleats.
Spikes. Yeah, no, it was really weird having to tell Katie's folks when they visited. That's my morning tradition.
If they hear the music, just don't come outside. Just don't open your door.
Like, oh, mom, go in your room.
Get inside quick. You don't want to be here for this.
It's like an air siren. Get back in! Go!
Oh God. Yeah, we had tornadoes on was that Friday night? That was a lot of fun.
Dude.
Fun. Yeah.
There was some serious tornadoes here in the States recently. I think was it Kentucky?
Yeah.
It was like
it's 4 states.
Went right through a downtown. There was like 50 plus people killed.
There was one tornado that went through 4 states over 200 miles, which is the first time it's ever done that before. Not 200 miles long in terms of the tornado being that length. It traveled 200 miles long or some shit like that.
It was a 200-mile long tornado.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like a wind tunnel at that point.
It's getting bad out there.
Steamrolling.
Yeah. Aaron was at a grocery store, and over the loudspeakers, the sirens went off. They told everyone to go to the center of the grocery store and hunker down. So that was a fun call to get. While I'm like hunkered down in our house while the sirens are going off with the pets. So we all just kind of like hung out for about 40 minutes, and then the sirens went away. So luckily it went a different path, but still it did a lot of damage. Yeah. Not the best part of living in the Midwest, I'll say. That's also the fact that it was like December the 10th that this is occurring. Maybe this whole global warming thing is real. Who knows? Who could say? Maybe it's really happening. Maybe climate change is a thing. Who knows?
I don't know. I went outside a couple of days ago and I saw some snowflakes. So, I mean, I think we're okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know. Let us know if it heats up there. Hey, before we get started today, we got to choose our Game of the Year categories or tinker with them if we want to. Because we got a Game of the Year show coming up, and we need to get our community vote out there. But before we do that, we want to make sure that all the categories line up and all that stuff. I do remember one change for last year is that we were going to change top 5 games streamed to top 3 games streamed because it just got way too long.
Okay.
Trying to wrap it into a 3-hour show. So I'm going to do that right there.
Fine.
And then we got all this other stuff that we can, take, we can add, we can just remove, we can do whatever we want. I feel like we need to change biggest disappointment or industry fail of the year to include that's not Blizzard, right? Because that should just be like the default. Top story today, by the way, Activision Blizzard employee shares union busting message sent via email by company leadership. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So how about we call it the Blizzard or Blizzard Presents.
Let's do this.
You know how they dedicate like awards to people sometimes because they, are representative of that award?
There's a real easy way to fix this. All we have to do is add a word.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the award, just put second.
Oh, true.
That's all we have to do.
We could do
so
both.
In other words, our category this year will be the second biggest industry fail of the year.
So now, correct. What was the difference between biggest disappointment and industry fail of the year? Was that one category?
I think biggest disappointment, industry fail of the year, we said was like something that happened in the gaming industry, like a game developer causing it. And then biggest disappointment was like something we were hyped for that turned out not to be great.
Got it.
So yeah.
Usually
industry fail was like a company screwing up and like say releasing a game way too early and lying about parts of it. Or, and the biggest disappointment was like, I'm super hyped for this thing and it ended up just being after dark.
Okay.
There you go.
I like that.
That's the longest name for the award.
That's great. That's why it'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, like the biggest disappointment is not necessarily like a game that's bad, but it's a game that disappointed you, like Breath of the Wild. Like I can look at Breath of the Wild and say that's a good game, but I was disappointed by how much I didn't like it.
Gotcha. For example, by the way, our biggest disappointments last year were Marvel's Avengers, Co was Remothered, Broken Porcelain, and Zeke's was Deadly Premonition 2. Industry fail of the year was DMCA, and then both of you had Cyberpunk. So those were, to give you an idea for that. Everything else, are we good? Did we want to? Was there any categories that we said we wanted to add, and then a year later remember that, and now we've completely forgotten? So this is where, if you remember in chat, let us know, because we don't. We didn't make note of it.
No, I totally remember everything all the notes we said a year ago. What we're like, we should change this.
Yeah. We always do it, and I don't keep track of it. So.
Now, best moment. I think I want that to be more clear. Like, best moment, you're talking about in a game, right?
Yeah, let me see what we did last year.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it was going down me, you. It was ending of Persona 5, Royale, Wasteland 3, and then the Golden Scorpatron in Wasteland 3 was for you, more specifically.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So we could put like best moment. I'm okay with just leaving that as it is.
Little typo. Bottom needs to be 2022.
Oh, thank you. There you go.
Thanks, chat.
Yep.
So math for my channel said no in a movie. I'm talking about like best moment, like in gaming or in a specific game. That's what I wanted to know. Like my favorite moment in a game, or my favorite moment like could have been like watching the Game Awards and something happened, whatever.
Yeah. Do we want to combine
in a game?
This might be heresy. Do we want to combine best music and best sound design just to shrink a category down? Or are those distinct enough that we should leave them separate?
Sound design is always so subjective.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I would say, and I mean, music is too, obviously, but I would say probably not.
Okay.
Because like a game can have really good sound design and not good music. And a game can have great music and the sound design just be generic. So I would say leaving those separate is probably okay.
Okay. I think
now, and I've always had a problem with saying best rather than favorite. I don't know. Like I understand the difference. We don't have to change it. It's cool, but I just wanted to voice that. Like I feel like when I say it on the show, on the actual Games of the Year show, it's like this is what I think is best, not like what I think is actually the best.
I mean,
Like technically the best and my favorite. There's a difference.
I see what you're saying.
yeah, so do I. We could change this to favorite, and then for our like combined list, like where we debate the drop frames list, then that could be best. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm okay.
As
with
somebody
that.
said in my chat, and I like this, best has an air of supposed objectivity, and that is not what these are about. And I would agree. I see what you're saying with that. Also, by saying favorite, that will make it a lot easier for Zeke to justify all of his terrible decisions.
I'm always looking for ways to justify my terrible decisions, and that just—I mean, if you could facilitate that for me, I would greatly appreciate that.
So then we'll put on
Is
personal.
there a better word than favorite?
No,
I like favorite.
I think favorite.
I think favorite's great. Yeah, and,
Now,
I
here's-
actually completely agree with what you were saying too.
Here's the thing: do we spell it with a U or without a U?
What?
I'd say without.
Okay,
What are you going to call it? Favorite?
that's what everyone outside,
Favorite, actually, but yeah.
the majority
Favorite, I
of
believe.
our viewership puts.
I believe
there.
it's I believe it's pronounced Favo, you right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
No, see, the
Favo,
thing
you
is,
right?
like-
Yeah.
Favo, you right.
Just because you came up with something doesn't mean that you're the best at it, England. You may have come up with the English language, but America perfected it. I mean, just listen to rap. Okay? You're welcome.
Wait, did it? I'm not going to get into that.
Rap is the perfect example of the English language, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Being used artfully, the word economy, the way it flows and rhymes. I'm telling you, that's the most perfect, to quote our founding fathers.
Just
It's a more perfect
specifically
way
mumble rap.
of speaking English.
Yeah, mumble rap is number one.
Mumble rap.
It's the
I think
top.
is probably the best.
It's the top.
Absolutely.
All right, final call. Are we adding anything you want to add to the list? Anything you want to remove from the list? Are we okay with narrative and story being the same thing? I don't know if that was the discussion point last year, but if we're gonna have the discussion, this is where it should take place.
What was the narrative story? What was the?
Yeah, just in terms of that being the same thing. Is that good? I still have.
I'm fine with that.
Player. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
All right.
I would even say, I would even like cut it even shorter and just say favorite writing.
Somebody in chat suggested best indie game, but to be honest, like especially these days, indie has become just indie itself has become incredibly difficult to define. So
Yeah.
that's like a discussion in itself.
No, we
Probably better if we
that
just-
was something we brought up with Rami, right? Like, and he couldn't even. He was just like, it all came down to like, I think we all kind of sort of agreed that it was like it's up to feeling. Does it feel indie? Like it has all the check boxes. Does it feel indie? I guess.
Yeah.
Like taking all those things into consideration.
Size 6 says, how did JP get a sponsorship from Activision for the industry fail category so fast? Oh no, it's presented by them, but there was no money changing hands on that one
Yet.
yet. Exactly.
Yeah.
They may step in and
Yeah. We should probably leave that out. Now I'm starting to think that like people will start to get. Did you actually get money for this?
Well, you could just call it the
Why
Activision
would
Blizzard
they
Award.
pay for that? Like why?
I don't know. People are crazy, man.
You could just call it the Activision Blizzard Award.
Oh, just straight up replace it and just call it the Activision Blizzard Award.
Yep.
Then we'd have to explain it every time people ask, and that would
Yeah.
Well, you
No,
could
it's
say
funny.
Activision
It's
Blizzard
funny.
Award for biggest industry fail.
Oh, somebody said just put presented in quotes.
There you go. That's what we should do. That ends the conversation.
I like it.
Also,
like it.
in my chat, people said the Blizzies, which I think is a pretty good award name.
Ooh, yeah. And the Blizzy goes
The Blizzy
too.
goes too. That's not bad. Not bad.
Oh, also disappointment is misspelled.
I think it was misspelled all last year, and we just kept it.
Oh, there's
Sounds
a
about
few.
Yeah.
There was a couple of typos in there, I'm sure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I hear an invader.
Uh-oh.
I hear you, Rowan. Nice try.
It's Zim.
Okay, bud.
Are we gonna hear Code discipline his child?
I don't know.
I have two theories about how this happened.
I think it's just
either Ned Flanders or it's like Norman Bates. Like
I don't know.
it's
I feel
one or
like
the other.
I feel like he's had so many years disciplining his chat that they're probably similar.
I wonder if that's I wonder if that's how I would discipline my child. Would I talk to them in the same way I talk to my chat?
I hope not. I wouldn't wish the same on me at all. Yeah. Yeah.
You little fucking idiot! What are you even doing? You walk into the room like, hey, look at me, and now we look at you and don't have any fucking good things to say. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Daddy loves you.
Yeah. We're talking about disciplining children. We were curious if we would hear some co-disciplining there, some co-parenting.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from my upbringing on how to raise kids.
Yeah.
Real talk. One of the most frequent things I heard growing up was suffer in silence.
Wow.
Yeah. That was like one of the biggest things I was told anytime I was making noise or being sad. Look, suffer in silence. Come on.
True. That's true. Isn't that what that guy from Looney Tunes with like the red beard used to say back in the day?
Yosemite Sam?
Tarnation guy?
Yeah, didn't he used to say
No, you're thinking of the cat that said suffering succotash. I get it. You're thinking of Sylvester.
There you go.
Basically the same. Yeah, I mean, essentially the
it's
same
similar,
thing.
right? It's similar. Yeah.
What
the fuck does suffering succotash even mean?
Just an exclamation, I think.
What is succotash?
That was the cat, right?
Yeah.
Sylvester. Yeah.
It's said to be a minced oath of suffering savior. What does that even mean? I'm going to have to do some research later. I'll have a presentation next week. I'll let you guys know. know.
Well, it's like,
lima beans
are
and
often have religious connotations, right?
Yeah.
So you say like holy cow,
yeah,
or God's wounds from back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, succotash is a dish. Is corn and lima beans mixed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand. Why would you say these nuts after succotash? Oh.
True. That works too.
So someone put in my chat, I don't know if this was something we brought up last year, but it seems like something I might have brought up, or one of us would have.
All right.
One of the categories was games we wish we played.
Oh, that I do remember a conversation around that. I do remember a conversation with that. And I think that could be a good category because it's quick. It doesn't have that much explanation. We just kind of say like, oh yeah, some games I wish I played. And you can just rattle off a list. And then
and it's also if both of you guys have like the same number one game and I don't, it would be nice to have a category saying like the reason why it's not on my list because I didn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll put that in the list.
Oh, also, we second biggest industry fail of the year presented by Activision Blizzard.
What?
Probably need a biggest after second.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It would be nice if we only had 2 fails a year. That would be very nice.
True.
That'd be a good year.
True.
I like that title is so long it actually wrapped on your notepad.
It did indeed. So what, Zeke? What was it? Games I wish I played, or what?
Yeah. Games we wish we played.
Games We caps. There we go. I'll put that somewhere in the list so it makes sense narratively.
Okay.
And then we'll leave that off of the community list and the proper list at the end.
Oh, we were on a favorite narrative or story. Maybe we can just put writing, because that's all of it, right?
That is kind of all encompassing.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That covers like all of the bases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we could say favorite script.
We could put
Some of it. Yeah.
writing script. I don't care either way.
Okay, that's fine. It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. I think we're okay. I'm okay with that. I don't think there's.
I'm just just seeing if there's any like. I think these are all good categories, all important categories. I was just wondering, because we don't want to fall in the game awards hole of like, going on too long. Like 3 hours, too long. That is far too long.
Oh, I mean, we always push. I feel like for this, we've pushed 4 almost every year. So, yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's any fat we could cut to keep it down a little bit. But the other thing is one of the reasons why the Game Awards can be so exhausting is because it's not like there are parts of it that we don't care about, because it's like you see a game come up and you're like, if it's like, I don't know, a racing game or something, I don't give a shit about it. So like there's parts of it that I wish would go faster. I'd tune out, and no one wishes any part of our show would go faster. Hopefully.
I mean, if you guys want to, we could do top 5 games of the year for our personal list, and then do a top 10 list for the like show list. That would cut down on a lot of time, and would also probably
not only
make
cut
it
down
easier.
on time, but that would make that top 10 a lot easier to make.
Yes.
We've definitely had like a lot of issues collating that in the past. So yeah, I think that's fine. And then we could like add on to that as well.
Okay, explain that to me.
Chat very much wants 10 though. Chat is in the process of vetoing and saying we want 10.
Oh, okay.
They do want a top.
No, I don't mind the 10. Maybe we just do our bottom 5. We do them like faster. We just do them like a little bit more rapid fire.
Well, I think in terms of
the top 5 for each of us.
In terms of like production flow, didn't we do the top 7 for each of us last year all at once? And then once we hit 3, 2, 1, we kind of went down the row. Is that how we did it? Because a lot of it also just comes down to like the production aspect of how we rattle off the numbers in terms of saving time.
Okay.
We should do like a chess match where we have like everyone gets a timer on the screen. Like you have 2 minutes, justify your position. And then at the end of the 2 minutes, it's like beep.
Yeah. You guys did do that? Okay. Yeah.
Or like in the Senate, like, you have 2 minutes, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to yield the rest of my time to JP. Thank you.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, we'll figure all that out, or I'll figure all that out. I think we'll probably just do it the same as last year.
That's fine.
And the fact that we're only doing top 3 games streamed instead of whatever it was, we'll save some time. And games we wish we played is a very quick thing. That's just a game name, and maybe an explanation why. And that's that. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other stuff that we want to add to this or subtract from this. Are we good? Are we locking it in? So say we all.
So say we all.
So say we all.
This is the way.
All right. Great. What about best video game related show / media?
I think this is plenty.
Yeah.
I think the package has been wrapped and a bow has been placed on top of it.
I think so. I think you
and
could
also
add shit to this.
that's drop frames.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, quick question.
That's true.
While we're talking about this, first of all, this show will be on Sunday. You schedule, right?
Yes. Are you saying the game of the year show? Yes.
This show. Yeah, the one we're talking with this stuff.
The Game of the Year show will be on the 2nd of January at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, which
Sunday.
is the Sunday.
There was a little confusion. I saw this question a bunch during the start of the show. This is a dry run today. Are we now on Sundays?
So here's the thing. I don't mind going back to Wednesdays. However, that being said, that means we have a show in 3 days.
Yeah.
So do we just want to say fuck it and say we're a Sunday show now?
I'm kind of fine with that.
I mean, that it doesn't matter
Fine
to
with
me.
that too.
Yeah, it's not what we said we were going to do, but hey, I'd rather.
You know what? Sometimes life gives you lemons, and you just squeeze them, and you add some sugar, and you make orange juice.
It's true. It's true. I'd rather not skip a week and then delay the show another one, so that we don't do a show this Wednesday, because 3 days is not enough.
I also really like that most of the people that would disagree with what we just said,
They're not here
right now.
Yeah, they're not here. So yeah.
So
Let's put it to a poll in chat. Everyone who's on here on Sunday that wants to keep it to Sundays, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about how biased that would be. Like,
Oh, it's incredible.
yeah, I'm here. So like, this is the day I want it.
It's true. It's true.
this is cool. Yeah, let's just hit Sunday, and we'll band-aid it and
Okay.
make it work.
Great.
I'm totally cool with that.
Totally fine with me.
We'll keep it on.
And I know
Sunday.
probably all three be streaming on Wednesday, because this is about our normal stream time. So this coming Wednesday and the following Wednesdays, we'll just be like, you're not watching Drop Frames because it's on Sunday. See you Sunday. And just gotta start moving people. Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yep.
This will also mean that we'll have some leeway in getting people ready for the Game of the Year show, which I think will be good. So there'll be a few transitional episodes before the big. That's one of our biggest shows every year.
Yeah. I do. Anyways,
And, just in case anybody was wondering about Indie Sunday will I've already made a graphic for it.
head of the
Or
curve.
I made it. Julia made it. Julia made the original Indie Sunday GIF graphic, and I just contacted her. It's like, hey, how hard would it be? And before I could even finish the sentence, she was like, here you go. So I now have an Indie Saturday graphic. So that's how my week will go, which lines up very nicely for me.
Nice.
It's very nice. It's Monday off, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, regular stream, whatever main game I'm playing, Indie Saturday, Drop Frames on Sunday. Fucking wonderful.
Nice.
Bada boom.
Also, just so we're all on the same page, we did do a democratic vote in my channel. There's a poll up. It says, what day do you want DF on? Sunday, or the day after Saturday? And the day after Saturday is won, with 91% of the vote. So
I guess we could move it there. I mean,
Okay.
we'll make it work.
yeah.
Make it work.
So Drop Frames is always the day after Saturday from now on. There you go. That's what we're doing for now, and until we decide to change the date again. Which, hey, we lasted what, 7 years? We used to do the show on Thursdays, didn't we? Didn't we start out doing the show Thursdays?
I don't remember. I don't think so,
I don't
because
think so.
I used to do improv on Thursdays.
I think it's always been Wednesday.
Pretty sure it's always been Wednesday, barring special movements or events or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Because, it would have been for my purposes in terms of all the other shows that I used to do, but maybe it always was Wednesday.
The start time changed.
Oh, we
We
used to do
changed
it
that-
at night, right? Didn't we used to do it at 5 p.m.
Yeah, we used to
Eastern?
do later. Yeah, we used to do later, not at night, but we used to do later in the day, right?
Yeah. And I remember that was crazy because we would do Drop Frames. I would do Drop Frames at 5 p.m. Eastern and then role play at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it was 7 hour. It was a 7-hour show block of just nonsense. For
Yeah.
me. I was way too tired.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that.
Yeah. We've been doing the show for 8 years or some shit too.
Yeah.
Which
I
is wild to think
completely
about.
forgot we moved the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll save all that conversation though for episode 300 because that's coming up.
And okay, yeah, good idea.
Yeah. All right, let's do a little bit of news. I'll be real honest. The news this week it's real shit. Let me just rattle off some news items here. Activision Blizzard employee shares the union busting message sent via email by company leadership. Sony VP fired after appearing in pedophile sting video. Call of Duty Warzone devs stage walkout over layoffs. There was another one too. Oh yeah, there was like an Ubisoft like starts an NFT game or some shit. They just kept piling them on this week. CD Projekt has entered settlement talks with investors who sued over its botched Cyberpunk launch. That's a thing that happened. And then the Game Awards occurred, and we got a shit ton of trailers for that. And that's the week in a nutshell. Oh, also the Switch hacker, Gary Bowser, which I think is very funny, must now pay Nintendo $10 million on top of his $4.5 million fine for hacking the Switch. So he's fucked.
Yep.
He's not going to be able to pay that.
Let's start with that real quick. What?
Yeah. So
Isn't Bowser the name of the guy who runs Nintendo now too?
it is. Yeah. Doug Bowser is the CEO of. Well, he's the CEO of Nintendo of North America. He replaced Reggie Fils-Aimé. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But isn't that funny? That's Bowser and Bowser.
Yeah. Well, Gary Bowser, that's like his hacker name. He's a member of the team called Team Executor. Has been ordered to pay Nintendo $10 million for his part in selling mods for the Switch and 3DS. The fine was a result of a civil case between Nintendo and Bowser and was separate to a different federal lawsuit in which Bowser was also fined $4.5 million. In the previous case, Bowser and another team executive member, Max Lauron, I hope I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, were charged with 11 felony counts, including wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. VideoGamesChronicle.com reports. So, yeah, they're not doing too hot. If found guilty, the pair faced long prison sentences, with those two charges alone punishable up to 20 years in prison. Instead of facing trial, Bowser pled guilty to 2 counts: trafficking in circumvention devices and conspiracy to circumvent technological measures, and to traffic in circumvention devices, and offered to pay Nintendo $4.5 million, as well as help them to find other members of the team.
And the public
him to be a rat.
Well, that's good. Yeah. That's great.
The prosecution agreed to waive all of the charges. As a result, the judge warned that despite his plea bargain, Bowser could still face prison time for the 2 counts he pleaded guilty to, with each punishable by up to 5 years in prison. So there you go.
So he could be going to jail on his list of things to deliver as being a rat.
Correct.
That's
Good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. They're gonna love that in there.
Yeah.
That, or they're gonna ask him if he can get him a Switch. That's gonna be the other thing. Yeah.
Was he just doing it just for shits and giggles, or like was he doing it to make money?
Whoa. Was that everyone or just Zeke?
What?
Whoa.
That's you.
Oh,
That's
that was me?
That's you, JP.
Oh,
That's you.
Okay.
That
That scared the shit out of me. I
Yeah,
thought my life was turning
definitely
into a
froze too.
horror game for a second. I think we're good. We're all right. Stream cut for a sec, according to chat. Jesus, that scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
What did you say, Zeke? Because for me, you were slowed down and like echoed, and it was very spooky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the ghost of the machine took over. For me, it was just the stream froze for a split second. What was he doing the hacks for? Like, was he doing it to make money for shits and giggles, or?
I think it was. Let's see. What did he actually do? He was one of the key members of a Switch hacking group that sold mod chips. Is what happened. So they were selling mod chips to put onto a Switch.
So money.
Yeah, money.
For money.
Money, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it sounds like, at least from the wording of this, that he offered to pay Nintendo $4.5 million. So I guess they were doing pretty okay, if that's the case, because that's no small chunk
And
of
at
change.
that point, instead of Nintendo going, sure, you can pay us, they went, excuse me, how much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you are definitely going down. There is no
Yeah.
chance now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. It's not a
4
good one.
million's not enough to pay for Samus's bra. How about you fork up a little bit more?
Jesus. Did you guys hear about this this Sony PlayStation exec who was caught and now under investigation after appearing in the pedophile sting video that was apparently caught on like a live stream that I think ended up on live stream fails, and that's where all of this started, which is just like
Live stream fails seems to be a little bit like fall a little bit short of
categorizing the situation.
a little more than just a fail, like a oopsie.
Yeah. What was the name? Oh, so it was a YouTube channel by the name of People v Preds that apparently does these stings.
Okay.
CNET.com has or is where I'm reading the story from. Apparently, too, when the channel does these stings, because none of it is like done in an official manner, that a lot of times when they actually catch these people doing these things, it doesn't like it bounces when it goes to court because there's no like official records or anything like that in the situation.
Remember, that was that big thing about that show, the TV show, is that they made sure everything was done in a way that they could legally prosecute. But yeah, I guess with these, like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, at least he clearly is getting serious repercussions.
He lost his job. Yeah, he no longer works at PlayStation.
Well, he lost his job, and now it's public. Like,
right.
You know, and it's public and there's proof everywhere. So it's like, I doubt he'll ever get a job in the industry again, thankfully.
Yeah. So that's just one of those headlines. I think that happened last Saturday or Sunday when that occurred. It's just fucking wild to hear. The Activision Blizzard, we skipped over it, but it's just it's like an oil fire that just keeps on burning over there in terms of how fucking ridiculous it is.
I wonder if it's kind of on purpose. They're like letting these things out. It's because if there's fire everywhere, you can't focus on one fire at a time.
Yeah. Well,
yes. Meanwhile, like while all of this is going on, the price of video games is going up and up. We've got like Forspoken, like being charged like $100 on top of the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out. It's like $70 to $80 across the board. Yeah. And what's even funnier about that is they took the price down, so you can't pre-order it anymore. And they're just gonna like turn it back on release and not drop the price.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my lord, dude, it's a mess.
The email was in response to the ABK Workers Alliance, which is the Activision, a better ABK, which is a better Activision Blizzard King. King is the people that make Candy Crush, and is part of that group. They announced on December the 9th that there is going to be they are striking, and that there is a strike fund, which is a GoFundMe. It is currently up. If you do want to support that, it's at, I don't know if there's a short link. It's at gofundme.com/f/abk-strike-fund. I'll paste it in my chat if you guys want to spread it around. Currently at $298,000 of $1 million for their goal. And so that went out. And I think they were in the process of sending out union forms, and that's where this email was prompted from the Activision Blizzard leadership. And it's an interesting email, to say the least. I'll read some direct quotes from it here real quick that are rather interesting. As you make your decision for the future, we only ask that you take time to consider the consequences of your signature on the binding legal document presented to you by CWA. Once you sign,
call that a threat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once you sign that document, it goes on. Once you sign that document, you will have signed over to CWA the exclusive right to, quote, represent you and the purposes of collective bargaining concerning all terms and conditions of that employment, end quote. That means that your ability to negotiate all of your own working conditions will be turned over to CWA, just as the document says. So that's a threat.
I find it so hilarious for them to even consider that, because it's like they're trying to use these big terminology words to scare people to do stuff. But at the same time, it's like, what employee is in there like negotiating this stuff. Like they can't even do that. That's not something that is in their realm of possibility. Their entire realm is going and saying, I want to raise, and being told no. Like that's what they're basically saying they can't do.
Yeah.
It's obscene, and they make it sound like they're losing like a natural right or something. It's such overtly like we're designing this to scare you language.
Yeah.
Oh man, I tell you.
Yeah. It's not a good look. That was a message from Brian Bulatow at Activision Blizzard, which I think he was one of the former. Yeah, he was nominated to be under the Secretary of State for Management by President Donald Trump in 2018. And he was confirmed in May of 2019. So, yeah.
So what does the K stand for in ABK? Because I looked at it and I was like,
yeah, it's King. They make Candy Crush.
Oh, right. You said that. Because I looked at it and I said, asshole Bobby Kotick.
It's very close.
That's his new rapper name.
That is?
Yeah. Very
Because I would definitely fund that. I would go fund that.
Yeah. Very, very close there. Yeah, so that all is happening here on December, the second week of December. It's just absolutely wild times over at Activision Blizzard. I'm sure that story will continue to go on over the next couple of weeks and months. Trying to see if there's any other big story stuff. Ton of game announcements, obviously, on the Game Awards. We covered that live if you want to watch that VOD and see our reaction to all of it. I think that is it, unless you guys have any other small bits of news for the past week, or your chat does.
Only a little bit of news. Obviously, Tarkov wiped today. That's kind of big. Big new patch there. A lot of things being adjusted. I don't understand exactly what it means, but a lot of the regular streamers are getting pretty excited because there's a new inertia system. They also added a new map, some new weapons. Still trying to get all that. I'm actually probably gonna jump in and try it out again because wipe time in Tarkov is like an MMO release.
Yeah.
Like everyone gets super hyped and everyone loves playing it, and servers are packed and stuff. So that can be kind of cool. Outside of that, not too much new stuff this week. It seemed like the year was really weighted towards October and November, and everyone kind of rushed to get their stuff out then.
Yeah.
So like December is pretty relaxed. The only kind of big stuff we have for the rest of December, Path of Exile is doing an event where like every 10 days there's like some bonuses and stuff going on in game. The new war from Warframe, their big quest that we've been waiting for years on. That's going to be in just a few days, actually, the 15th.
Yeah, it's 15th.
And I think everyone else pushed over to January and February mostly. My lord,
Yeah.
February is going to be absolutely crazy.
February will probably be one of the most. It's hard to quantify it without actually looking at all the other past months, but like that might be the most stacked month ever in video games.
It's going to be one of the biggest months in gaming.
Yeah.
It just in terms of sheer high quality, hyped releases. Sheer quality of releases that we know are going to be well above average.
Yeah.
Like Horizon Zero Dawn, Elden Ring. Like we know just those two are going to be huge. And then there's a slew of other games coming out as well. Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. Are you going to check out the Gunk, or either of you going to play the Gunk? It comes out on Game Pass, I think, this coming week. It's from the makers of SteamWorld Dig, which is a very good game and a very good series of games. But I don't know. I think when I read the description of the Gunk, it's on Game Pass, first off, so you don't really have to buy a full-fledged game. But it said something about like a puzzle aspect of the game. So I think it might be more adventure-y and less grindy, kind of like the SteamWorld Dig series was.
I remember hearing about like the world and mechanics of Gunk and thinking it was pretty cool, but then like I don't remember. So I watched something else about it and got significantly less excited for it. I think it's when they did like a character focus, and it turns out that it's like a little kid or something. I don't know. I thought at first that they were kind of going like a more, everything's screwed up, the Gunk's eating everything approach, and then it turned out later to be just like, oh, it's just like a cleanup game, kind of like, and that I maybe a little bit less excited for it.
Yeah. Zeke, is it on your radar at all? Are you checking it out now?
I it's not on Steam, right? Because I
No,
looked
it's
up.
Game Pass.
Okay. Because
At
I
least
looked
at the
up
moment,
Gunk,
it's Game
and
Pass.
it's a free to play game from 2019.
No, that's
No, that's not it.
That's not it. Yeah, that is
Nope.
not it.
So no, it is actually not on my radar. I don't know. I haven't heard of it. Maybe I've seen like a snippet or two, but nope.
Cool. Well, then I think that we'll do it for the
Oh,
news.
it's the Gunk.
Yeah, it's not just Gunk. It's the Gunk.
Okay.
That wasn't me like trying to be hip or cool and saying like, you got to check out that Gunk later, bro. It's called the Gunk.
That's an entirely different.
You didn't
thing.
invent your new
Yeah.
slang word.
Yeah.
Oh man, this game's the Gunk, yo. Woo! Let's fucking go.
That's 2023's word of the year. Yeah, that's when this game's so successful it becomes game of the year. Then they just start calling it the Gunk. What happens? Then what's that? Anyways, let's take a break. Then we'll come back and we'll talk all the big games, unless there's more news. Co, you seem to
Random
have
thing.
a revelation.
Just a random thing. The inertia system in Tarkov, the inertia of force on your character from walking and strafing, sprinting, sharps turns during sprinting, things like that, is dependent on the weight of equipment and the strength skill of the character. So they finally added a system where if you have a ton of stuff on you, like your character's going to feel like you have a ton of stuff on you.
Huh.
So that's, I think, going to be the big change. Movement speed decreases during sharp turns while sprinting. Longer it takes to speed up and slow down. Like, it's going to be a big change.
I'm ready to see like naked dudes with backpacks. Like, you know, it's
Yeah,
like, you
is
gotta
that
shit
what's gonna
everything we
happen?
can. Can't
People
lose
just
the
Oh, maybe.
backpack.
Well,
I can lose
it's
all
going to
the
be
clothes.
interesting. It's going to have to, like, you're really going to have to think about what you take into loot runs now, because now it's like, to get out quicker, you will want to have less heavy gear on. You're going to want to take lighter weaponry and things of that nature. So I'm assuming what's on your character counts towards the weight limit, and in that case, it's like getting in and getting out is going to be better with less gear on, right, or lighter gear, which is kind of interesting.
Well, if that like makes cause, like Barry said in chat, for someone who doesn't need to really shoot all that well and just is the carrier of the equipment.
He's the runner.
I got a role I can
The
fill
mule.
in Tarkov then.
The mule. Yeah. Yeah.
Protect the asset. Protect the asset. I'm coming, guys. The loot goblin.
Yeah, the loot
Big
goblin.
old,
You're the
like,
donkey from Dungeon
junk
Siege.
lady pack on my back.
Oh my god, dude. We actually can talk a little bit more about it's not really a game because I don't think any of us played it in terms of like, but we can now talk more about Rumbleverse,
Yeah.
which really is it is Fortnite without aiming. It is wrestling Fortnite. Like, basically they're trying to take everything that made Fortnite popular and they're now putting it in a melee centric kind of wrestler focused game. I'm pretty sure since it's out, I can say I've played it. Actually pretty fun. Like, it's pretty wild. You don't have to aim nearly as much. There's a throwing mechanic and stuff, but it's not like it's very soft blocky, so it's not too bad there. And it really is like combo-y. Like, you have to actually like do combos and have super moves where you pick them up in the air and swirl them around and slam them down. You climb up high on buildings, and the longer it takes to get to the ground if you jump off it, the more damage you do if you hit somebody. So it's an interesting spin on it. I may actually play it for fun when it comes out, because as somebody who like was kind of tired of BRs, it's different enough to be like actually kind of fun. It's just, it's goofy, very goofy.
Yeah, Zeke, I think you would actually like it.
I
took Friday off, and so I watched Lyric play for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours straight. And I was laughing the entire time because, like Co said, he'd be at the top of the tower or something, and he'd go over and grab someone and then suplex them and just fall all the way off of a skyscraper. And then they would land on the ground and take like 900 damage or some shit. And they only have like 1,000 at the start.
Oh,
okay.
And for the record, for people saying it's an ad, no. I was actually skipped over for the sponsored stuff, so I'm pretty sure they went after like Fortnite players and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Lyric was sponsored, but yeah,
I was given an early look at it, which is completely different. I actually was not allowed to stream it, and they just like said, hey, do you want to see this game we're doing? And I said, sure. So I played a little beforehand. But no, I've done 0 sponsored stuff, and as of now, have 0 sponsored. I wish I would totally take a sponsored stream for it because like I had fun playing it. But no, I have not done one.
Yeah.
And
It looks
also,
cool.
it bears repeating again and again and again that just because we're sponsored by something, they do not pay us to say nice things about it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an
Being sponsored
important
doesn't mean
distinction.
you're a walking commercial or a talking commercial about it whenever it's brought up.
You know, I kind of wish this was one of those things where it's another situation of the VODs being deleted kind of ruins this idea. I wish that anytime we talked about sponsored streams, people are like, oh, well, you're paid to, say nice things, that I just had my For Honor VOD to link to. Because I think I would quite literally say, like, this game's fucking dog shit. Like, don't fucking buy this game. It's fucking trash. And I was just pissed for like an hour. And you can just watch the VOD and see me pissed while also being sponsored. It was great. It was great saying, like, this game's fucking trash. By the way, guys, if you want to pick up For Honored, you can do so on the Ubisoft store. Available now.
Well,
yeah.
I got a soft spot in my heart for Honor because that's how I met Aquaman. So I met Khal Drogo.
Oh, right. That's right. Oh, they did that giant thing. That's right. They did that giant.
Yep.
Was that at E3? Or was that?
No, it was his own thing.
Oh, it was its own Ubisoft thing. Stripping
For
was
Honor
there too. I
event,
remember
and
that.
then-
That game's still going,
and I
man.
think
They're
Soda
still
Papa
pushing
might
it.
have been there.
Yeah. I mean, my enjoyment is not indicative of how that game's actually like very well liked. And did still, like Ko said, does very well.
Still chugging along.
Yeah. They're still pushing updates for that. So, anyways, did Strippin win that event? That's what my chat just said. Did they end up winning that event? Zeke, do you remember?
Yeah, our team won
Oh, okay.
that event.
You
Like,
guys
we
won.
had a team of 4, and I still somewhere in my costume bag box, like crate or whatever. I still have. They gave us a leather crown. Like it's made of leather, and it has like vines or antler looking, like the tines of the crown.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Chad said JP's experience was like Ko in Dark Alliance. Oh yeah, that was rough.
Dark
dude.
Alliance I had a lot of fun with that sponsorship because I enjoyed that game because it was so bad. Right? Me and Dan played together on that one, and we would just like pull the boss, get it to 1% HP, and then it would just reset for no reason.
I think that was one of the only streams where someone was like, "Hey, Ko, would I like this game?" And I said, "Well, you'd probably like this game if you enjoy bad games."
Yeah, it's fun. I think every streamer has one sponsored thing where it just doesn't go well. Ko's got his Dark Alliance. I've got my For Honor. Zeke, what's your one sponsor game that didn't go well?
Nothing
to that extent, I guess.
There's never been a real disaster, but like, there's been several games that were really disappointing. Like on the box, like I looked at them because they said like, yeah, what do you feel about this game?
Oh, the Cock Show. What about the Cock Show? That's probably your sponsored thing, wouldn't it be?
Oh, the Coke. Oh yeah. Oh my god,
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that clip
was nightmarishly bad. I was providing more entertainment than they were,
dude,
because I was actually showing the fucking game they were talking about instead of just having them talk about it.
There's clips still to this day that run at the end of my stream during our subscriber shout out of me making fun of the two of you as you watch that show with your cameras on screen and me just laughing hysterically. It was great.
I know someone came in. Yeah. You remember someone came in and told me that you were watching. So
yeah, I
took a screenshot of myself and just left it in the corner while I got up and left.
It was great. That was a fun for me.
I still can't believe
like you guys.
That was such an incredible disconnect. Whoever thought they should pay streamers to watch that. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
That was
that's the only way people would watch it.
Marvex, that was a sponsorship I learned from. I did absolutely take a sponsorship for Civilization Beyond Earth. And at the time, the management team that I was under was like, yeah, we'll just take the sponsorship and you can do what you want. And I was like, okay. So the sponsorship was for like 8 hours.
Damn.
And which is a long time, especially if you're not sure about a game.
Yeah.
So after like hour 2, I definitely was like, no, like I'm sorry. Like I messaged him and I was like, I'm not having fun. Chat knows I'm not having fun. Like I can't keep doing this. And they were, what I later found out is they told me that they were unhappy with everything and like it wasn't cool and everything. But then I later found out that I was told that I could like play it and if I didn't like it, whatever. But then the company was told he's doing 8 hours. So it's like there
Oh
was a
God.
very big disconnect there. And which was very unfortunate. And yeah, I definitely just I think that's the only sponsorship I've just like straight up like not done. Like that was it. I think that's the only one I've ever just stopped on. But it
Yeah.
also made me a lot more wary about choosing sponsorship. That was There's a huge part these days about being a streamer is making sure you pick stuff that you're gonna have fun playing,
Oh yeah.
genuinely enjoy and want to do. And so that was that was a big one.
Well, it's really difficult is when it's a new game, like it's an unreleased game, and
Yeah.
you're playing it on release day or a day after release or something like that. Like I've had several games, I mean, a handful, a few, 3 or 4, where I looked at the sponsorship was like here, just for example, I did the boxing. It was Apollo Creed, or it was just Creed. It was
I think it's
Creed
just
boxing
Creed,
or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, this looks great, and it's a box game. I've seen all the movies. I love them. They're they're great movies. And then I got to the game and I was like, this game is. It wasn't bad. Everything worked, but it was so fucking simple. Like it was like 3 buttons to push every fight. I was just like, whoa. I did not, because it looked good too. Graphically, it was fine.
Yep.
And had all the characters you wanted. And I was just very disappointed in how like that 2 hours kind of drug a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and well, and also with the sponsor stuff, like sometimes we have to take risks and we have to weigh the pros and cons. Like for instance, I turned down directly a sponsorship for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hmm.
I was like, the gameplay didn't look super great, and after Marvel Avengers, like I know that's not for me. I know that's not something I want to play because I'm not really into it, so I don't have that little bit to kick me over. So I turned down Guardians of the Galaxy, and then like 4 days later, everyone's like, "Man, this game is awesome!" And then I tried it. It took me an hour to be like, oh, that was, because Marvel is traditionally like they're a well off company. They definitely treat their streamers right that do that. So I was just like, oh, that was definitely that was one of those things that didn't really work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Everyone's got one for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll spend the rest of the show talking about stuff we've played. Halo Infinite. I finished Endwalker. Co's hit, let's say, a point. I know where you're at, so I know where you're at. And Endwalker, that game's going to be kind of hard to talk about for me, to be honest. But we'll get to why. And Zeke's obviously played a shit ton of games, and so we need to catch up on all of the stuff that Zeke has played. So we've got some time, and we'll do that right after this quick break here on Drop Frames. So we'll be right back here on our, I guess, brand new time of Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, we got to start saying that. I got to change all the graphics and everything. Jeez, actually, now that I think about that, I do have to change a lot of shit. I'm gonna look into that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.